Jimmy Kimmel criticizes Trump's executive orders. The bully is back at his pulpit. Jimmy Kimmel didn't hold back in his criticism of former President Donald Trump's executive orders, which he announced in the early days of his second term. Kimmel described Trump's actions as a troubling return to the bully at his pulpit, a reference to Trump's combative and often controversial leadership style. Kimmel's monologue centered on a series of executive orders Trump signed that he deemed harmful to both the country and its global relationships. Among the most controversial of Trump's decisions was his withdrawal of the United States from two major international agreements, the Paris Climate Accord and the World Health Organization, WHO. These moves were especially significant in the context of the global challenges posed by climate change and the COVID-19 pandemic. By pulling the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord, Trump effectively signaled a retreat from global efforts to combat climate change, a move that alarmed environmental groups and world leaders who saw the agreement as a critical step toward addressing the climate crisis. Likewise, leaving the World Health Organization during the ongoing pandemic drew sharp criticism from health experts, who argued that global cooperation was necessary to effectively combat the virus and prevent future health emergencies. In addition to his foreign policy reversals, Trump's executive actions also included measures that directly impacted the legal consequences faced by those involved in the January 6 Capitol insurrection. Trump issued a blanket order that led to the release of over 1,500 individuals who had been imprisoned for their roles in storming the U.S. Capitol on January 6, 2021. Many of these individuals have participated in violent acts, including attacking police officers and stockpiling weapons in preparation for the insurrection. Kimmel pointed out how troubling it was that Trump not only continued to downplay the severity of the attack, but also worked to lessen the legal consequences for those who had played a key role in the violent attempt to overturn the results of the 2020 election. Kimmel also turned his attention to Trump's decision to delay the ban on the popular social media app TikTok. Originally, Trump had sought to ban the app due to security concerns, alleging that it posed a threat to U.S. national security because of its ties to China. However, Kimmel noted that Trump chose to delay the ban until April, calling attention to the apparent contradictions in Trump's stance on issues related to China and his decision to prioritize TikTok over other pressing matters. Another major focus of Kimmel's monologue was Trump's decision to rescind Joe Biden's executive order that had lowered prescription drug prices for Americans on Medicare and Medicaid. This move, Kimmel argued, was a win for Big Pharma. The pharmaceutical industry, which has long been criticized for the high cost of prescription medications in the U.S., Kimmel sarcastically remarked that Trump's action was finally looking out for Big Pharma and echoed concerns that such moves would continue to hurt ordinary Americans who rely on affordable prescription drugs. By rolling back Biden's order, Trump further cemented his alignment with corporate interests, something that Kimmel highlighted in his usual comedic style. Throughout his monologue, Kimmel used humor and sharp commentary to critique Trump's policy decisions, focusing on what he saw as the dangerous consequences of his actions, both domestically and globally. His comedic timing and pointed remarks served to underscore the deeper concerns about the former president's approach to leadership, executive power, and the lasting impact of his policies on the nation and the world.